This is the summary of the changes that I made on the dry cut saw. So again, this is a blade version versus an abrasive, and changes I made on the miter area: put a thicker fender washer around here and under here. This made the mechanism work a whole lot better. And then from the factory, these denominations and the stripe marks are just a little bit off, so I actually scribed a new mark and made a new white stripe so that that would line up, because of the detent wasn't dead on the number here. And then as extra reinforcement, I put scribe marks along this edge and stamped the number of degrees, because I find it's just easier to do that, so you can immediately go to a 10 there versus hunting around and deciding, is that mark hitting, you know, what part of the paint stripe and so forth. So just did that with a speed square, laying it out against the saw blade there. That seemed to work out pretty well. And then on the underside, because this area was a lot more loose and wobbly, I added a washer on this side of the thread and that side, so that stiffened this up. And then turning the saw, taking a peek on the bottom, took my sander grinder and smoothed up this edge, and again put two bigger fender washers. It made a big difference on how the miter lock-in works. Slides a lot better, locks truer, it's not as wobbly and is likely to move when you're sawing there. And as I was reviewing in another video, kind of there's two different purposes for the saws, but this also has some nice touches on it. You push this button in if you wanted to lock it down for transport, versus the older style of having to attach the chain on a hook here. And once again, for the abrasive saw, these miters and the locks have come a long ways. Most of these tools, the motors are pretty much the same, so the cost is really in how nice the fence mechanisms are. That's really worth taking the time to make these exact. It'll speed up the work. And that old adage of, if you don't have time to do it right the first time, how are you going to have time to do it over? So I like the precision of these little touches that, you know, only take about 15 minutes to do.